Hey, I was trying to write this story down here, but my words weren't coming out, and my words weren't flowing, and couldn't even tell what the heck I'm trying to say in my story. So I thought I'd just say it. I thought I'd just tell the story instead of trying to write it down. But anyway, I was picking balsam this past fall here, and I had to order. I think it was 1,000 pounds. But anyway, I was working on this order. It was balsam, and I was found a spot over there next to a tamarack swamp, and I found a little row of balsam there, and I was going around the trees there, cutting balsam, and I got to that last tree, and I turned to look for the next tree, and there wasn't any, so I found out that I was at the end of my little string of balsam there, so I looked down to start gathering up my little piles and making big piles out of them, and I found I was right in the middle of a swamp tea patch. So, oh man, I need some of that. So I started picking some swamp tea there, and I had a good. It took a pile. It took me both my hands to be able to pick that pile up, and I brought it up to that little road I was on. It wasn't a really heavily used road. Just maybe once in a while someone would go down there, but I already had a pile sitting on that road of balsam. It must have been just over knee high, and I put that swamp tea right next to it. I said, "All right, I'm going to know where this is at now." So then I went back and picked up all my piles in that little spot there, and I brought them all up, and I made a couple more piles next to my already pile. So I had a pile of swamp tea, and I had three more piles of balsam. So I had big piles of balsam. They're over knee high, and I didn't have any string on me. I didn't make any string because I didn't know what I was going to find back there. Usually take a string anyway, but I didn't have any. So it's all right. I got this little spot here, and I was going to go back and get some string. I said, well, I want kind of since I'm back here, I might as well see what's a little further down this road. And I ended up walking a little ways and found another spot, and I've got enough for another bundle back there. It's all right, I got them all piled up. It's all right. I'm gonna go get some string. Walking back to the truck, I'm thinking this. All right, I gotta go get some string, but I think I'll pick up that pile of swamp tea and bring that back to the truck before I forget it. Then I'll cut three strings, and I got three bundles here. Well, yeah, I walked up and I saw my three piles of balsam there, and you know what? My swamp tea was gone. I said, well, I'm sure I put it. I'm sure I put it. I put it right here. There's my piles, and that big chunk of swamp tea was there. And I said, what? And I walked up and down that road a couple times. I'm sure I put that. There was no swamp tea around there. My pile of swamp tea was gone. It's all right. Well, I went and picked up another little handful of swamp tea. So well, I can take this much anyway. So I brought that back to the truck, and I cut my string, and I hauled three bundles out of there. But anyway, that was my point of the story, is that I picked a bunch of swamp tea, and I knew where I put it, and I come back after it, and it was gone. I don't know, kind of crazy. Anyway,